It was a great win for us. I think the way that we won the game, especially just coming out with a lot of energy. We defended. I thought we were aggressive. The ball was moving, and typically we'll start that way, and then we'll have drop offs. We won't be able to sustain it. And I thought, we did a great job of keeping our focus and sustaining that level defensively, especially to start the third quarter. Going into the half with a 10-point lead, we didn't come out and mess around. We came out, we picked up, we were physical, we were sharp, paid attention to detail. We locked in on our scouting report. We took the challenge, and that led to a lot of push out, transition. The defense kind of being off balance and having to answer to that, instead of playing against a set defense and taking the ball out the net. We just was able to dominate the third quarter because of what we did defensively. And then, obviously when Nurk is right and he's playing well and he's sharp and finishing and making free throws and having an impact defensively, we're a much better team. And I think, tonight showed that.
Next question is coming from Jason Quick with The Athletic.
Dame, were you aware of Kendrick Perkins' comments and Nurk becoming aware of them before the game?
I don't even know what he said, honestly.
Okay. And then switching gears to Norm, how would you describe his demeanor?
He almost plays in a rage. It was like he's not the most talkative person, and then he gets on the court, and it's like he shows so much emotion and so much passion, and he's on the referees, and he's attacking the rim, and he's flexing and screaming and stuff like that. So just really aggressive and passionate about the game. But then you step off the court, and he's like the most quiet dude in the locker room. So I think that just shows how much he cares about the game and how much he puts into it. He walks around, he has his understand the grind, and that's a guy that worked his ass off to get here. He had to scratch and claw to get to where he is now. He shows that when he gets on the floor.
He mentioned one time earlier this year in the locker room that you remarked about how in his zone he was as he was listening to his music. I think you called him 8 Mile or something. Do you recall that?
Yeah, he had an 8 Mile moment where he just was like, he was zoned in, and I was talking to him and he just wasn't saying nothing. And I was like, "You playing tonight?" And he looked up and we kind of laughed about it, but he was locked in, man, listening to that Nipsey Hussle.
Before moving on to the next question, Norman Powell is available in the post-game room. Next question is coming from Aaron Fentress with the Oregonian.
Damian, clearly you had a bad shooting night tonight, but it seemed like you weren't even remotely worried about it or looking to force it. You just felt, did you just feel like the offense was in such a good flow without you having to score?
Yeah, I mean, from the tip, Norm had it going. CJ was making shots. Nurk was finishing in the paint, getting to the free throw line. And when the game is going like that, I just try to manage the game and make sure that it goes right. And obviously, I'm going to still try to find my spots and, not get too passive. I didn't shoot the ball well, like you said. But once I saw that guys had it going and we had a good flow to the game and we were defending, I knew that I wasn't going to have to force my way into it. If it came down to it, I knew that I would, put my head down a little bit more and start to search a little bit more. But, when guys step up and guys are feeling good and making shots and we winning the game with what we're doing, my job is to understand that and manage it as it is and try to ride that out. And tonight, Norm had it going, so I was making sure that he continued that. CJ was in attack mode and feeling good, so I just wanted to make sure that the opportunity was there to continue that, because if we're going to continue to win games, it's going to have to be collective. And I know that I'm going to have opportunity, and I know that I can go out there and search and find shots and opportunities if necessary, and tonight it just wasn't. So I took what was there, but I just tried to play the game right and just try to make sure we got the win, and we did that.
After you guys had a nice lead, you did a few times take some pretty deep threes. The crowd was into it, standing up, hoping it would go in. Was that just you having fun in the moment because you knew you guys were in control? Or you just wanted to just make a shot?
One of them was in transition. I was, running a wing. It was a pass ahead, and I was in a comfortable range. I just rose up. It was pretty deep. And then I remember another one I shot was just getting a 2-for-1. You know, it was end of a quarter, end of the third, I think, just going for the 2-for-1 and try to get the last shot of the quarter. And that one didn't go either, but, you know, that was it.
Next question's coming from AJ McCord with Coin.
Dame, you guys have preached this entire series, never too high after a win, never too low after a loss. How did that mentality shape the way you came out and attacked today?
Well, you know, we talked about it, like you said, never to get too high or to get too low. But coming off the Game 3 loss, it was like, you know, just because you're not too low about it don't mean you can be cool with it and be okay with it. You know, this is a must-win game. You lose Game 3 and 4 at home, you're going on the road down, you know, 3-1 facing elimination. So we weren't, you know, down about it or low about it, should I say. But that didn't mean that we didn't understand what was at stake today. We knew we had to win this game, and I thought we played like it from the start.
And in college, why did it bother you so much when Phil Beckner said you were a 50-50 guy?
Because I'm not. You know, I think he would say it to just get me going. But whether things are going well or not, you know, I'm struggling or something is not in my favor or whatever, you know, I take pride in still being present and still being there for the fight and, you know, working my way to come out on top of whatever the situation is. So, you know, I wasn't raised to be a half stepper or 1 foot in, 1 foot out, or somebody that doesn't show up all the time, you know, regardless of if I'm successful or not. You know, you don't always control that, but whether you show up and you're there for the challenge and there for the work, it's completely separate. And, you know, I was raised to be all in, you know, without keeping score for free. You know, on this team, I'm gonna be all in for the team to come out on top, regardless of what it looks like. So when he used to say that, I just was rubbed the wrong way. I didn't like it. I don't like it to this day. So, you know, that's all that is.
Thank you.
Last question is coming from Orlando Sanchez with KGW TV.
Yeah, Dame, you know, you guys got punched in the mouth in Game 3, but you guys respond. You get a team effort. A lot of guys contribute. How big of a deal is it to get so many guys going in a series that you know is just going to be super competitive, back and forth type deal?
Well, you don't win in the playoffs with one guy or two guys or three guys. You know, it has to be a group effort. And, you know, sometimes you get to that point where your back is against the wall and you need a guy to come in and have a big performance, or you need just to have a really good effort by the team. Just game to game in the playoffs, you just need things to go in your favor and people to step up. And I just think today was that type of game. You know, I didn't have to come out and try to score 50 points or try to just dominate the game and have like a hero performance or nothing like that. It was just like our team needed to have a really good game, and we defended on a string. Our communication was on point. Our execution of the scouting report was on point. And on the offensive end, like the ball was just hopping around. We just made the right play, and it got to the right guy most of the time. And Norm was hot, CJ was hot, and Nurk was feeling good. So, I mean, it was the kind of game that we needed to have. Like, you need these type of collective wins in the playoffs. You know, it shouldn't always have to take something extreme to get you a win. And what we did tonight is something that we can continue. So I think that was the most encouraging thing.
And what'd you think about the atmosphere today? The crowd was really into it. I mean, singing happy birthday to Carmelo Anthony, Norman Powell flexing for the cameras. Like, there were just a lot of moments in this game. What'd you think about that, Dame?
I thought it was great. You know, it's just great to have our crowd back. You know, even before the game, you can just see people pounding their chest and pointing at me and, you know, let's go. It means something to them. And, you know, when we playing the way we're supposed to play and doing the things that we're supposed to do, the crowd is excited about that. You know, they want to win like we want to win. They want the season to continue so they can attend more games. And you just felt it. You know, you felt it in the chants, like you said. You felt it in the cheers and the noise in the arena. So we handled our business. You know, we fed off of the energy of the crowd. And hopefully we go to Denver, and when we come back home, we can, you know, increase the amount of people that we have and try to take it up a level.